Okay. Welcome in, guys, to Into the Geekdom. And I have a special guest here. A friend recommended me to this person. And they had... last time I was in your stream, Lucy, you were suspiciously talking about Canadians and then had a little secret conversation with one and then came back. And then I was just sitting here in suspense, not knowing what you're talking about.
It was the greatest thing in the world because I love my dear friend. But I will give you that question at some point. Don't worry. You're going to hear the question I will ask you.
Okay.
Trust me.
So I'm here with
Get my cat John to it.
I'm here with Lucifer Fallenstar. Welcome on in, and I appreciate you stopping in and talking with me, bringing your audience here, and we're gonna have some fun here. I hope anyway. I hope we're gonna have some fun here.
The first question for all Canadians. See, Strawberry gets it. Just don't say nothing.
Oh God, it's important to all Canadians. Oh no,
it is. Depending on your answer, the Canadians will be watching and judging.
Oh, great! I get judged enough by my own friends. I don't need this. I mean, this pressure.
Don't worry, it's nothing bad. Trust me.
Okay, just the way you hype it up.
It just depends on your answer. Then the questions are coming out, and everybody's gonna be looking at you differently. So I know that's the one thing as well.
I know I'm not a cupcake, Strawberry. I told you I wasn't. I wasn't lying about that part. I told you I wasn't a strawberry. I was completely honest with you. So we'll get right into it, I guess. Then, so how did you get started here on Twitch?
The one thing about me, like basically, for anybody else, how you became a streamer. I always been a VTuber when I started, and I never had the interest of actually streaming. I always had it in my mind, no matter what. Like anybody could be like, you know what, Twitch sounds pretty cool. I definitely probably will want to give this a try at some point. But then you always look at yourself like, with doubt. Am I gonna be that good? Am I gonna be that creative? Am I gonna really bring something like content-wise to people? And that's always gonna be something that in everybody's back of their mind, am I really going to make it? Am I good enough? Are people going to watch and enjoy me as a content creator personally? And when I first thought about it, my friend told me his girlfriend, like, hey, my girlfriend actually makes, will be a character, like an anime character. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. He said, you could probably be on stream too. Be on Twitch and stuff like that. You just don't have to show your face. And I'm just like, it does sound interesting.
Yeah.
So my friend gave me the idea of becoming a VTuber. And it gave me my first ever model and stuff like that. And afterwards, I just kind of like went with it. I had zero mentality of how far I was going to get in this year. I had everything from the beginning of my first overlays to everything. I had the confidence that, you know what? I'm going to start this. I told myself I probably might hit affiliate maybe 4 to 5 months. And I told myself, maybe 6. No, actually, I think it's like 4 to 6 months. Like I told myself 6 months, maybe I hit affiliate. Who knows? If I'm lucky, maybe in a year I might hit 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
And then I met so much incredible content creator, and I remember a lot of them too. They still always fresh in my mind how so much people came in, gave me support, been there for me from through thick and thin, everything. My mindset has always been the same. I never changed a lot as a person. I always try to give people positivity. Make people laugh and smile. That's my go-to as a content creator. And sometimes I don't look at my recognition either. When people tell me like Lucy, you changed me for the better. Like you really helped me out as a person. You prevent me from doing things that I should never think or to do.
That's great.
And when a lot of them start coming to me and telling me all this, I ain't gonna lie, I started sobbing.
I mean, sometimes it helps you keep going. You're like, man, why am I doing this? And then someone tells you you're actually doing a really good job. It makes you feel a lot better about it.
Yeah.
How quick did you get to affiliate?
It took me barely a month or 2, I believe.
That's pretty good. I would say it's probably like above average.
Yeah. And then
it's not Devilman level though.
Yeah, I was more shocked at the fact that how everything progressively grew and how much amazing people I met over the years. Because I only been streaming for about 2 years. My 3rd year is gonna be in October.
Sorry, my sound alert is deafening me.
Are you gonna take it that?
I forgot how long it was, Yeti. Yeti there is the owner of the Discord I'm in right now, so I guess I can't get too mad at him.
Nah, you're good.
This is
He's probably high and doesn't realize what he just did.
he pressed the Joe Henry button, Dev. So now it's an hour long or a minute long, and I didn't know how long it was until now.
Well, that's on you for not testing out things.
I appreciate the bits for it. For giving Joe Henry, random ROH wrestler, a lot of praise right now, apparently. That was so long. Jesus Christ. I appreciate the bits. Thank you, guys. Dev, also, I don't have a secret.
Oh, you definitely have a secret.
What secret do I have?
It came about during a certain podcast that we did.
That doesn't really narrow it down. We've done like 100 of these.
It was with Nightmare's Princess.
Oh,
And
not
it's a
that
run-
shit again. God, that's not a secret. It's a clip on my channel. It's a clip on your channel, actually.
Mike likes to smash cupcakes with his.
No, we can't do this right now. God damn it, I'm turning that off. I can't. I can't. God damn it, Yeti.
He also likes to put Yeti's balls in his mouth.
No, I this is all lies and slander so far tonight. This is all lies and slander. I can't turn it off when it's on right now. God damn it. Oh, it's because it's a freaking bit. Damn it. Yeti, please don't touch it again. For now.
Dude, you realize you just told Yeti not to.
I'm hoping he sees reason in this. No, don't do it again. This is falling off the rails entirely.
It's Yeti.
I'm turning it off.
Bro, it's Yeti.
This is so long.
The only reasoning Yeti sees is in causing chaos.
I know. I have to turn it off. Stop silencing us. Don't agree with Yeti. He doesn't need your help.
That's fair.
Yeti needs all the enjoyment he can get right now.
I'm gonna turn this off for now. I'm sorry. I can't do this.
I have like one sound alert routine that a lot of people in my channel do like to use, and that's the bacon pancake song.
Does it play the whole thing?
It's literally like this. If any of you seen Adventure Time?
I've seen some of it. Yeah.
So there's a certain scene where Jake the dog literally just actually starts cooking. Like, he starts cooking in the kitchen. And he's literally saying bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Gets a little bit of bacon and then put it in the pancake. Oh, sorry, we're already playing it.
I was about to say, somebody better be playing it right now.
Yeah, Strawberry's playing it. If you want to hear it, you can catch it here.
I can't hear anything right now again.
Yeah, well.
I didn't turn off in time. Didn't turn off in time.
Yeti, you should definitely play it like 3 or 4 more times.
I turned it off. Sorry, finger slip? That's bullshit. Slip.
No, you told him not to do something.
We barely got past the first question. I didn't hear half the answer at the end.
Mike, you know you brought that on yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dev.
Okay.
I didn't do this to myself.
That second or third one you brought on yourself.
The third one I probably brought myself. Great
The third
people
one
on Twitch.
the third one you definitely brought on yourself.
Yet he said I wouldn't if you didn't tell me not to.
Exactly.
We have the power. Strawberry, stop helping Yeti! Okay.
Strawberry's always trying to help when it comes to chaos.
Oh my god, I am deaf now.
But it's basically what it is. It's a remix song of him singing Bacon Pancakes, and also it plays the New York song. like
Okay.
in New York, and it's like it's the greatest thing in the world. I like it because it actually doesn't give me copyright strike. It doesn't have like not like copyright strike, but like muted audio.
I
I
might
don't get
get
muted audio for playing that.
I might get a copyright strike for playing that 3 times. The
Yeah, like
entire song.
it doesn't mute my audio because it's a remix. Even though it may have the lyrics of some another artist, but it also has been changed to something different as well.
Yeah, I get away with that
And
too.
that's and this funny thing is in the world, there was a point in time I had to change all my channel points up to kind of rework them because newer model, new this, new that, try to change it up. And literally, I told this to my moderator teams, like, all right, guys, I'm gonna remove some of the channel points. I just want to let you guys know this. And every single one of my mods say, oh, that's cool, and only one in particular, a friend of mine named Canadian Alex, literally he'd come after me and say, "You better not be taking bacon pancakes." I said, "Damn, you're so down.
I
I'm
got
not touching that at
threatened.
all."
I got threatened for taking I was gonna take Glorious off because like it was half of the entrance music of Robert Roode, and I got threats in my
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah. I got straight up threatened by that too. Like, they started coming and saying, "You better not take bacon pancakes." Like, bro, I'm not taking that away. It's like one of my favorite redeems. I love the song. I don't get muted audio. And absolutely, you guys love it. It's literally my most played ever in my streams. Just baking pancakes.
I regret getting that for Yeti. He requested Joe Hendry, and now it's been played 3 times in 2 minutes.
Again, you brought it on yourself by telling him not to do it.
I know. I should know better by now, but I really never do. So, what inspired the actual Lucifer Fallenstar character as your VTube proxy?
When I first thought about him, and including his lore wise, just to give like a small little tab of it, I thought of myself, like, what kind of VTuber would I want to be in a sense? And they asked me this too, and I was like, wow, I didn't think about that. And the first thing that comes to my mind was, be the devil. That's literally what, like, first thing I said. And since I don't even know when you had to give something out about it, say, oh, what's your lore reason why? It's because it's not like I'm doing anything in the sense of the biblical wise. It's just more the sense that Lucifer is a fallen angel. Yet, even though everybody has like different stories and everything in the Bible about him differently, how it's portrayed, what was done, what was said, but reality, he did I picture him just to be like, he did everything he could have done to make God look good, and no matter what. So he did everything he can to the point where he was painted the villain because there was no one to rival. Hell needs somebody to rule, and no matter what, it's to make God look good amongst all the angels around him.
Okay.
Because even though they were created by him, but a lot of people tend to see that God doesn't look like he has something that is worth of power at all.
Starry Mochi's upset that I got rid of the bit redeems.
Yeah, it's fine. It's probably like that. Like for me, like how I portrayed him, Lucifer has nothing but the saddest character in the world.
Uh-huh.
He has nothing but love for humanity. He loves how much they can grow. The reality of free will is something that he just finds enamored by. How humanity can just love, sing, dance, the good, the bad, everything. He sees it all, but yet he still see humanity still find ways to grow and keep learning and keep prospering. Hi Grim, how you doing, sweetheart? So that's the one thing I had about his lore. God created the heavens, but he created 3 angels in particular. Each of us angels have our own unique style and runes. Well, the first angel was me, Lucifer. Second angel was Michael, the angel of justice, which I am the angel of pride, and Samael, the angel of sin. Truth.
Okay.
Until everything has been happening, God prophesied one day someone would take the rule of hell and cause chaos and misfortune upon his creation. So, as angels, our job is not to make sure humanity does not see us, but we also protect them in the shadows against the demons that come in a rampant and actually terrorize humanity. So, in doing so, Lucifer took upon himself to really become, a weapon of God in a sense.
That's the most detailed origin story we've had, but it's good. It's good that you had like the entire history of what you're going for. Which
because
is
I always backtrack everything what he can do, the limitations of what he actually has. angels are not born with free will. They cannot think for themselves. They have to do what they're told. Kind of like being a robot in a sense. You're just given a command. That's all you have to do. You follow that. But Lucifer always like he wanders. He was unique and different in his own way
Oh, okay.
because of his pride.
So you're trying to be like you're trying to be unique as as your VTube character.
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Of course, at the end of the time, like I said, Samuel betrayed angels, but he put the blame on Lucifer, and which in terms that he stands before trial as God. Lucifer made God look like a fool, and all the angels believe that God's not powerful at all. But Lucifer knew then and there. Like I'm trying to speed up a bit.
Yeah.
But Lucifer knew then and there, like he needs to do something. So he had to show everybody that, you know what, God needs to show his true power and skill and everything. So he talked amongst the angels because God took his sight away. That's punishment.
That's a good time for that redeem. By God, he killed him.
Exactly. And so so basically how I did in my lore, I shattered my halo, and because Lucifer's so much combat adept compared to most angels because he fought demons, that he had to strike down his own brother for lying, but he knew he had to paint himself as bad. And he wanted to try to take over, take God's reign, but he knew his other brother Michael will save God, and then afterwards the heavens roared. Lucifer began his fall, and awaits him down there are all the demons slayed, the monsters and horrors that wait for him. But Lucifer knows one thing and one thing only, that he needs to reign hell and bring order.
So are you gonna bring order to? Do you bring order to your streams, or is it still chaotic?
My streams are always chaotic, but for me, it's like because my mom is like to fuck with me all the time. That's the thing. Pardon if you don't curse or swear. I should have asked that before.
No, it's absolutely fine here. It's totally fine. I have someone in your chat's yelling at my Nightbot right now. Someone in my chat.
Always like that.
It's Strawberry.
You never help me. All you do is bully me. It's because what you mean? I said my mom's like to always try to fight with me all the time. I was like, I never said anything about me. I bully you because I love you. That's a difference. I'm the person that teases you because I care.
Is that why I get bullied, Dev?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say no. We just want to bully you. Dev.
Well, I mean, I can't speak for Yeti. Yeti probably just does it because he can.
I'm sure to a degree there's some he must like me a little bit if he's gonna waste his time doing it. I mean, he's spending biddies just to annoy me.
Look. I wouldn't be here if I didn't like you, Mike.
That's probably true, Dev.
Yeah.
But
That's one thing I always tell my friends too. I tell them all the time.
But I'm still gonna kick your ass in the tag match.
That's also fair.
No, I have Ken in my corner. Damn it.
I do. I love and chaos mostly chaos.
I do have Ken in my chaos, mostly chaos. That is Yeti.
Yeah, that's how it is. But that's how it is. I'm the same way too. If I care about you, I will always do everything I can. Check on you, message you. They say, hey, how's it going? And I try to do my best. Because one thing about me, I explain this a lot to my friends. A lot of time, my friends will all often tell me, like, well, you never message me. That's because there's so many people messaging me. I go through many messages a day, and I had to get to as much as I can at the same time trying to do my own stuff because I work, stream, and then afterwards I have to go to bed afterwards. Try to hang out as much as possible with other friends as I possibly can. Be around different streams or just check on them, see how they're doing, making sure they're all right. They're going to struggles.
It's a lot.
And I try to help them out.
It's a lot.
Like, I used to. One of my greatest memories that I say I have done in my lifetime. This is still me being a streamer, of course. I helped a friend out. They had a potato-like PC. So eventually, it was on their last link. For those that know who that person is, they know. So I decided to do a fundraiser for them. I basically gave them $1,000. And that's for them to get their new PC. I never told them that. I told them I need to help a friend. They're in desperate need right now, and anything you guys can give is something that will be worthwhile. And sometimes I didn't tell them, and they joined me in them streams too. And we will go in from like their day to night, depending on what my schedule was. Because I used to do 24-hour streams. If I was on vacation, I would do 7 days straight in a row, or even 9 days straight in a row. I push myself to my very core and my limits. Why? Because it's something I want to do. It's a goal in mind. And I can't stop when I set my sights on something that I want to achieve and get. Even when the odds are against me, even when everything was like really, really my back's against the wall, I still pushed through a lot of it. And to be honest, I never really looked at it or noticed it. But my friends could see how determined I was to do this for even if it's somebody else's sake. I don't have to know you as a person. I always look at everybody as good. Because you are good.
Yeah,
You can tell me you're not. And I know some people can't accept that either. It's hard. It really is. It goes for everybody. There are days you wake up one day and you just feel like, you know what? I'm not really all that good enough. I don't feel great. But you have people here that will tell you, hey, stop being a dumbass. We love you. All right? I know you could do this. Shake it off. It will get better. It will. Why? Because you got us here to make sure we'll make that happen. I tell my friends this all the time. And sometimes it's nice when they tell me how much I change them.
that is nice.
Do better and be better.
Yeti said in the chat, I am the most socially awkward person, so I tend to hide from messages. People need to come drag me out of my cave, but I'm also full of love, so when people drag me out, so that's what he's like when people drag him out.
That's nothing wrong with that. Listen, you have to look at yourself and accept your flaws, no matter how you look at it. It's not you don't have to go like, man, I hate the fact I'm like this. No, accept it. I am like this. I am like I have this issues. I have this problems. I'm not perfect. Nobody wants you to be perfect. I don't want you to be perfect. I just rather see you smile and be happy. You don't have to message me. You don't gotta talk to me as much as you do. But as long as you're doing what you best you can do, and the days are getting better and brighter, that's all I can ever ask you to do. And if you're struggling, don't hesitate to say, "Hey, how's it going?" You know. And it's very difficult to do that. It takes a big step to make that happen. But when you do it, you feel nothing but relief because then everybody's gonna swarm you and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And trust me, it's the greatest thing in the world when you slowly get yourself out of your comfort zone. Because eventually it gets better. It does.
Yeah, it does.
You will do good.
And like Dev is another example of this too. When I first met Dev, it was like hard to get more than like a sentence out of him because he had to really like get comfortable with other people. And Dev's come a long way, I would say. Hey, Dev?
I don't know about that, but okay.
You've come a long way. You talk a lot more to a lot of people than you used to.
Yeah, because you wouldn't leave me alone.
That's the best thing in the world.
I would say that Dev and Yeti are pretty similar. Like they're nice, but you have to like kind of drag them out of it. You have to drag them into it a little bit.
No. See, Mike bribed me with cookies, so
I did send them to you once, and then never again.
I was gonna say, and then never again, even after promising.
That I want to keep you around because I know if I give you cookies again, you might disappear, Dev. You know.
Maybe I'll disappear without the cookies.
You won't. You won't do it because as soon as the Bruins beat the Leafs again in the playoffs, you'll be there.
Except I'm not a sports guy. I only do that because it annoys you.
I know. Man, Lucifer never sends me shit to make me stay. See, Dev, you should appreciate you got something.
I mean, one thing about Strawberry, I give you the greatest gift in the world. I always sit by you whenever you need me the most. There are moments of time where you had the hardest times in life, and I let you, hey, no one come sit. And then you always tell me you appreciate that. You told me other stories, but I won't say that due to stream's sake, and also because it could be considered TOS. So I won't say that for a reason.
Fair. We don't want to get people in trouble here.
It's respect for them, no matter what.
Yeah, of course. I want some bubble tea.
Yeah, no, because I will play this game, Supermarket Simulator, and say, "Are you gonna sell bubble tea on there?" And I was like, "We don't have that. It's not a license here, man. This game sucks."
Yeah, he's like, "I want bubble tea too." Now we're gonna send everyone bubble tea. Look what's happened now. Now everyone's gonna get some bubble tea.
I mean, Mike just clearly needs to buy Yeti some bubble tea.
The thing is, we're not close to the closest place that has bubble tea out in the middle of nowhere, Canada. So
take a drive. Jeez.
Mike, why don't you ever buy me bubble tea? Because we're nowhere near bubble tea. You know how far it is to get to the closest bubble tea, Yeti? Like 35 minutes at least. I'm not gonna go that far just for bubble tea. I don't even like bubble tea.
Hey, Mike just doesn't like it like you, Yeti. It's clear.
What do you mean?
He won't spend the time to go get you some bubble tea.
You just don't love me. Shut up, guys. Yeah, in this city for sure, Strawberry. Like if we were in this city, we're not. We're about an hour or so away from the city, probably more so.
Mike is so rural that the moose is probably working overtime for his internet right now.
Oh no, there's worse places. There's places that they need like multiple meese just to get it to go.
Is it meese or mooses?
No, it's meese. According to Nebby soup logic, it's meese.
I was gonna say, where's the soup?
She says if more than one mouse is mice, why can't more than one moose be meese?
Not being in rural areas.
I thought it was goose.
It's the same thing. It's the same difference. Strawberry. I used to live in the GTA. I just don't want to live there anymore. I am from the GTA though. Yeti is not, but I am. I think my place is shittier internet than Mike. Yeah, so, Yeti's closer to town and his internet's shittier because he's in a spot that just doesn't have a tower.
What was this question?
I do have other questions. So
no. I'm saying, didn't Lucifer have a question for you?
I do, but we will get to that point. I just want to figure we get everything sorted out, situated first. What kind of where we're going and saying, and then I'm gonna have him ask the question. I know you might. I know his chat will get a kick out of it.
See, here's the problem.
Yeah.
You got the cat brain activated, and
yeah, Dev's gonna focus on that the entire stream now.
Yeah. So hang on. So I'll do it for your sake, and if anybody's willing to clip it, that's up to you. Okay.
Oh no.
In other words, Yeti, get ready for the clip.
Oh. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna type in your chat. I want you to pronunciate a word. That's all you have to do. There's nothing big, nothing serious. I'll just type in your chat.
Okay.
And say how you would say when you first see this word. There it is.
Bagel.
Perfect. That's all I need. So I have a friend.
He's not Boston. He's not Massachusetts.
No. I have a friend that calls it bagel. And the funny thing is, in the world, she said like, "Oh, because I'm French Canadian. That's how we say it."
The thing is, that's bullshit because I'm also French Canadian. But it's regional. I don't have like Yeti and my friend Jeff and Zod. Dev will tell you all of them have way thicker accents than I do.
They have the aboot.
Yeah, I don't. I'm the only one that doesn't.
Says that. She always says like, no, it's called bagel. You could tell me otherwise, but it's called bagel. I said, no, you're not. Like I only know very few Canadians that say that. I know about 3.
Yeah, I
does call it bagel.
Yeti, everyone has an accent. I hate to tell you this, man. Like everyone in every region has an accent. You have an accent to everyone in Toronto. Torontonians have like this snobby accent that it's a typical one. And then you got like
call Yeti a snob.
No, Yeti's got the rural Ontario one where it's like with the stereotypical Canadian accent. Mine, I don't know. I think it's because I did a lot of performance arts, so there's a way of pronouncing things a certain way, and I just don't pronounce it that way. So I pronounce
in other words, Mike was ashamed of his accent, so he got rid of it.
No, it's not that at all. It's because like I also have like my mom, for example, is done a lot of university too. So like a lot of it's like very like precise and say things correctly kind of thing. It's just the way you're raised and brought up in a situation, pretty much. How would you describe your audience? Like, do you have a nickname for your audience, Lucy?
They're like to me, they're always like morning stars.
Okay.
Because due to the fact, like for me, Lucifer has always been one thing, but he always has like the morning star. And even though a lovely friend of mine named Isaiah, who I treat him as like my son, is literally he said like every morning star, and it shows Lucifer crying, but he always shows his one thing, which is the morning star.
That's good. I like that. Oh
so
shit!
I always, whenever I rate somebody, I
job.
always put their like morning star raters. Cause why? Because my chat are like the morning star. TGY. So.
Strawberry feels happy. They're a star.
Well, they're happy because you just did whatever you did.
I smacked myself on my microphone. Oopsie.
Yeah, no, it happens. But
Good job, Mike.
It's the one thing I love the most about my community. No matter what, I dealt with my fair share of toxicity too. I dealt with people that
Oh yeah.
That try to make me look bad, but sometimes they're funny. Wait, why did I hear my name? No, I was talking about Isaiah, about the lovely art you made me, the one I use as my profile picture. The morning star where he shows Lucifer crying, but he shows a little star. I say how much I loved it.
He wanted to just give you a hug and see he loved you. That's all.
That too.
How would you describe yourself to new viewers then? Because we have the origin story, you got your nickname. How would you describe yourself to new people?
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm mostly just a lot kind. A lot. I don't think a lot about myself. If I'm honest with you, I'm just kind of a person that would tell you you're really fucking awesome. You're really amazing, and you could really do a whole lot. Even if you believe you can't, or even if you fail many times, I will still be that one person supporting you through whatever it is you're going through in life. People either say I'm like a dad, or just like very wholesome. That's all I can say. If you want to know something that may portray me, Strawberry probably knows because Strawberry's been in my streams like the most. What they think of me personally, because to be honest with you, I don't label myself as anybody, but just like a person that's willing to rather see you laugh and smile, and hopefully make your day just as brighter than it has been.
He's my papa. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, because there has been a lot of people either call me dad, and someone like me, I don't have a kid, I don't have kids or anything, but I mostly just rather, I do enjoy my community, I do enjoy my friends, 'cause I love them to bits, and I always want to see the best in them, to see them shine, to not feel like they need to, they just can't do they just can't do it because someone tells them they can't. I'd rather you give it a shot and try it, than to see you not quit on it and give up on it.
Let's see then. So Lucifer Fallenstar's chat, the Morning Stars. How would you describe Lucifer? How would you describe the person that you watch and why you come to their channel in the first place? Because everyone has a reason why they go to people that they watch. So I'm curious what they would think of you. A bully. Strawberry. Just immediately a bully. He's a bully.
That's because Strawberry's my mod. I bully my mods all the time. It's because I love them.
That's why mods are there.
Exactly. and it's not like they don't do shit to me. All they do is throw stuff at me because I have a throw routine. And every single one of them just loves to throw stuff at me.
Can you imagine if you had that in real life?
Kind person, unconditional love. Oh, yeah, that's sweet of you.
Very kind person, unconditional love. Yeah, that's good. See, that's why people come back to you, and I think I definitely feel that you portray that well. And I feel like it's an authentic you too. You're not like, this is not a put upon. This is just who you are. It's so only a couple years and almost 4,000 followers. So what is it like to pretty much hit that, like, hey, I've done pretty well so far kind of mark?
I'm not gonna lie. I may have gone this far, but to me, I still feel like I'm still small, no matter how it is. Mm-hmm. My friends could tell me different stories. My mods could tell me the same thing. Like, I have friends that see me go literally from the lowest to the highest because I don't see that. I don't look at my views. I don't look at my follow count. Like, I have it up there because they tell me to do it, so I just tend to just put it up there. But honestly, I just rather do the best I can do no matter what. I'm not gonna say I can bring the greatest content out there, but I can make it fun for everybody. I seen people like the greatest content when I first started gaming was Dead by Daylight. It's been one of my games that I ever played. I first started streaming was doing that, and that's like the greatest thing in the world because I was able to meet so many new people. At the same time, so many people say, like, I ain't gonna lie, I watch you just to learn how you play because there are moments where I struggle in this game and I dealt with toxic bad behavior. And I said, that's fair. It's understandable. And they see me how I deal with the toxicity because Dead by Day, no matter what, is a toxic community, but it's not the game's fault. It's the people who are playing the game that makes it toxic. I always say this, it's never the game.
I don't know.
It's always the people.
I don't know. I definitely feel like Dead by Daylight brings out the toxicity in people.
I mean, it's the same as anybody will play Call of Duty.
Oh, Call of Duty is among the worst. Jesus.
That's what I'm saying, though.
With the difference between the two, Dev, in Call of Duty, there are lobbies where you can hear people shout and say slurs. Dead by Daylight, they at least have a chat filter that could at least blur that out.
That is true.
That's the one thing I will say.
Damn, he's really calling me toxic, Strawberry says.
It's like this. It's never the game's fault. It's the people playing the game.
Oh, yeah. It's
because you can make the game fucking fun. I have made a lot of games fun because I don't take it seriously. No. And when I deal with negativity, I always give them good and kindness because they either stay quiet or they leave.
Yeah. No serious developers like, I want to make a racist game today.
Yeah.
like no one's doing that, right? So it's all
Yeah.
come down to the people. Like you put the game
It's
out
just
there
how
and you
the
hope for the
people are.
best, and
Yeah.
you
Like
go
no
from
matter
there.
what, you're gonna get people who are considered privileged survivors or same thing as a privileged killer. There's always gonna be those out there no matter what. But that's for you to see who they are, and you can literally just block and avoid them, and you won't get them in the queues after that. There's always gonna be kind people out there. And I've been happy the fact that I've been doing that at the very least for those that I love and care. And people even tell me like you make DBD so much fun. You make DBD actually feel playable. Like I use the dumbest perks in the game, but I make it fun. I use I don't even use metas. There's so many meta perks in the game that you could use as killer and survivor. I don't even use none of that. I play the dumbest build possible and somehow still get wins. Or I'm just there to sacrifice my life to let my friends live. And they are the happiest. We just make the laugh, the dumb, the hype, no matter how it is. It depends on how you make it. You can't let
Dev, you're the Dead by Daylight player. How do you feel about that?
I'm
Like
just
I
saying,
said, the game brings out, like, games can bring out the toxicity in people.
yeah, can bring toxic people.
And it all depends on how you deal with it.
Exactly.
Fucking, I forget what it was. I had a team that we literally ended up on the meatpacking plant against a pig. And literally, they all end up in the basement trying to basically playing hook swap. And rather than go be part of that, I went and worked on gens. I played my game. Next thing I know, they're in the chat calling me a terrible teammate and all this stuff. And I'm like, I played my game. And
Yeah.
the moment they started using words that I don't like in chat, I banned them.
I mean, yeah.
And next thing I knew, I actually had them create. They were actually creating spoof accounts.
Hey, you get to ban them
Wow.
too.
But
Listen,
here you go. There was one that I think Nebby would appreciate
Oh.
because it said I had a small PP.
It sounds like they have the small PP energy, honestly.
I'll tell you this, Dev. This is like my honest truth about it. When you deal with toxicity, no matter what, I had toxic people in my chat. My first haters that I can remember, they told me, "Are you a guy?" And I was so confused with that question. And I was like,
What does it matter?
like no, because they wrote there, "Are you a guy?" But they said no. I meant to say, "Are you gay?" And I'm like,
Oh.
like what? Like when I first saw, "Are you a guy?" I said, "Well, let me see this. That's a penis. Yeah, I'm sure I'm a guy." So I meant to say, "Are you gay?" Well, I don't know why you should care. I'm just an anime character on the internet. I don't know why does that matter to you.
Don't you know that gay people don't play Dead by Daylight? like what?
And it's like this too, because the funny thing about that, he had a hype man come out of nowhere. They think, yeah, are you trying to play to him as well? If I'm a guy too, if you both want to see this, I don't know what to tell you. And I had a friend. She's a sweetheart. She is the kind of sweetheart. I started laughing so hard. I said, Lucy, listen, you should never deal with toxic people like that. They're just so stupid. And she started hitting them, and they never came back after that. After saying
Honestly,
that,
Lucy,
it was so funny.
if
But
it was me, I probably would have just leaned into the mic real close and been like, "Why are you asking? You want some of me? Huh? Is that why you're asking?"
Isaiah had a good point too. You know you're special when people take the time to find burner emails to make new accounts.
Of course,
Right?
like no matter what, I always do this. I tell my friends this: if you deal with someone who's being toxic with you and you feel like you don't know what to do, thank them. And they act so confused and upset about it. He said, "Why should I thank these people? They're trying to make me feel horrible about myself." I said, "Listen, hear me out. Let me say this to you.
Hey,
They
Wolfie.
had to come into your stream, watch an ad. If you have an ad, whether it be 30 seconds or a minute or wherever how long you want it, just for them to say something rude to you, to be a first-time chatter. Because in the end of the day, if you get people literally watching the ad in your stream, you got free money.
Yeah, literally. Thanks for the
And the
ad
same
revenue.
They just literally gave you free ad revenue. And the
Thank
same
you.
Thing as well. They had to talk in your chat, which becomes first-time chatters, which also gets you into the recommendations as well. And
Uh-huh.
people want to watch you see you.
Thank you for
So
helping
no
my
matter what,
algorithm.
they boosting you, and the more times they spend fussing about, talking all this shit, they're still helping you grow because they're chatting. Like that's how I tend to perceive it. I
Isaiah
love my
said.
haters.
Isaiah said, "You gotta make them feel even worse by challenging their masculinity. Make them confused of whether they like fanboys or fanboy bussy or not."
Lucy and his streamer tech. Like that's the one thing with me. I will use their toxicity advantage. I even had someone who was toxic, but he was just having a bad day. There's certain people that can be toxic that just really was not having it. And even when I told this person that, I said, hey, listen, you're the one here talking shit. But you're helping me grow as a content creator. It's either calm down, take a breath.
Exactly.
Listen, you're already fine.
Yeah, that's
All right, the game is
that's all I
over
did.
already. You can either move on from here, or you want to sit here and watch the content. That person literally decided to say, you know, you're right, and they started watching my content and started like even telling me, man, you did so good, man, you're great. Change their mood and everything. You don't know a lot about any other person. Like the same thing. I don't know Chef Mike all that well, but I'm sure he's a great guy. And the same thing, he could be having a bad day. He could just be having a rough time. But either way, I would still find the way to make him laugh and smile, because that's how I am as a person. I can't say I'm. People tell me like the same thing. I can't be like I'm genuinely kind. There are limitations that I could tolerate before I really say I'm fucking done with you, and just
Yeah.
ban you completely.
Everyone has their limits. Everyone has their time. Like, okay, we've given you enough time now.
See, see, I'm one of those people where it's like, okay, keep talking. It's fine. My mods are more likely to ban someone than I am.
Yeah,
I tend to
same.
get a lot of view bots lately.
Same. I very rarely ban anyone, but but if Gwen's hears it or Lux hears it and doesn't like it,
Oh yeah.
they are more than welcome to do that. Because like, all right, fine. I put up a lot of shit anyway. So, but if someone in my chat is not comfortable with it, they have every right to feel that way. So,
No, God, please, no.
exactly,
no,
Strawberry.
No.
And in the regard, and honestly, in that regard, I'm a terrible mod.
No, it's
Because
fine.
I don't. No. Here, legitimately, I am a terrible mod because I don't know like what the streamer themselves like, what their limits are.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's understandable.
I'm very. Wolfie can tell you I'm a very relaxed person. Like, I'll stress about things after stream.
I'm craving bubble tea. God damn it, Strawberry.
Like that's fair. That's fair, Dev. Like
Like,
I
open
mod like a
strawberry
lot of
bubble
people
tea.
too. I mod for friends too, but if I see just someone acting stupid, like it depends on the person. Like I know my friends really well. Like I have a friend who's like very innocent and they're very sweet and kind. I'm pretty sure you might know who they are, Dev, which is Lunar or Kitten.
Yeah.
Like I said, when it comes to her, I don't tolerate not a single thing when it comes to her. Because she's a sweetheart. She deserves lots of love and care. She's the one I actually helped fundraise to get her the computer. And it wasn't until afterwards I told her all this.
I
And then
remember that.
and when her PC finally just keeled over, I gave her the money, and then she got herself a new PC, and then she was been nothing but happy, and she's taking care of it. Like my friend Lunar has been dealt a bad hand when it comes to like life at times. And if someone tries to hurt her, I can't tolerate my anger. When it comes to friends who I really care and love about, I will fucking I basically like this. This is a saying, and I kind of live by that saying. If you stand behind me, I'll protect you. You stand with me, I'll respect you. You stand against me, then I'll show you no fucking mercy. And that's the type of
I mean,
person that I
that's
am.
fair. I think it's fair,
Because-
honestly.
Because I'm not I'm a type of person that really cares for my friends. If someone were to harm them in any sort of way, I will absolutely fucking wreck your shit without hesitation. But that's only in terms of what they've done. I can't just go easily to say, oh, he's messing with me, but what'd he do? I need to know the story. If he's literally physically hurting somebody or they're trying to be a really mean person, then I will step in and not give two fucks about anything.
I'm surprised with the content the content that I do. I don't get more harassment because I have one of the most toxic. I'm doing content for one of the most toxic internet communities in the world in wrestling, and I don't get a lot of that in my chat. And I'm very surprised with that. Hey, Dev.
I mean,
I'm waiting for
Like
the
you
time.
I was gonna say, give it time.
I almost got banned by
If
my own.
anything-
I almost got banned by my own chat by saying I didn't care for Firefly. So that was a moment.
Okay.
I mean, if anything, you get more shit about your,
if I'm on top
Fat
of you,
boner.
loser, what would you do then? I'll put your arms down and just take you off whatever you're doing.
Oh, there you go. So you play Dead by Daylight, but what other what would you say are some of the other games that you play? Like, do you primarily do on streams?
like what I tend to play a lot is I tend to go with the flow of things. I never really pick anything or do anything. I just go based like I don't have anybody at the moment, so I just kind of do this. But most games that I have been playing as of lately that I know is either Dead by Daylight, Divers 2, Overwatch 2, Supermarket Simulator, Raft, and like a lot of stuff. But my main is just those four that I said.
I like how you
Like how
said
you
you
say
weren't
you
gonna.
weren't gonna how you helped to get the PC, and then you say who. I mean, to be honest, like it was an issue. I don't like to like talk about other streamers on stream if that's like an issue.
Yeah,
Because even though this may be like a just category thing, like I can't just like go like oh so and so this, so and so that. Like I only know based on like who knows these people in the first place. Because if I tell Mike like say for example he didn't know Dev, like oh I know this guy named Dev, and Mike can be like I don't know who the fuck that is.
yeah, I don't know.
Cool, you're talking about him.
Dev,
You
what are
know.
you doing to your character, Dev? His eyes are.
That's the one thing I would say.
Oh, okay.
Like at least if someone in the call knows who they are and be like, no, I understand. I was there when that such happened, this and that happened. Then yes, I'll bring that up into equation.
Sorry, press the wrong hotkeys.
I was like, Dev, why do you have hearts in your eyes? I didn't say anything good to you, did I?
Mike,
It's
you're
just you
always good
being
to
there.
me. Even when you're an asshole.
Oh,
But
well,
that's most of the games I play. I don't normally make collabs if I'm honest with you. Like there's so many people that be like, oh Lucy, you want to collab? I'm like, sure. Like, aren't you busy? I'm always busy, but this doesn't mean that I don't
yeah,
want to collab with you.
most of my content, I don't do a lot of collabs. I do a lot of solo because I don't know. I just don't have the time to usually
I don't
set up
even do
things.
solo. That's the thing. I could just play a game and my friends could be like, Lucy, and I join you. Lucy. I'm like, all right, you know what? Come on in. I didn't plan nothing at all. I just figured like, I could just play this. I could solo this game.
Yeah,
maybe
there you
for a
go.
bit. And then every single one of my friends would be like, yeah, let's go, Lucy. Like, I want to join you. I'm like, all right, cool. Come on in then. I could load up Dead by Daylight and I literally just like, I just sit there like, okay, let me just get this ready. I want to buy this cosmetic, maybe this character. And I just see them just like, the fucking magic. Strawberry comes in and everybody's coming. Hey, Lucy, you got a spot? Hey, Lucy, you got a spot? Like, all right, just come on in there. We're making it. I guess we're just gaming this collab thing.
Strawberry says,
We're just doing this.
Lucifer doesn't even collab with me.
I mean, I have collab with you before.
Lucifer just mentioned you. What do you mean? Don't lie.
Like, we have played games together. Literally, I play Fortnite with you, and I don't even play Fortnite.
He's
You're
lying.
so ages.
Yeah, right. I've done that
Like-
too, where I played like I never really would play like paladins or whatever, but like everyone else did. I was like, okay, I'll do it, whatever. So don't trust him. Strawberry says. I think I trust Lucy a bit more than Strawberry right now.
I mean, they're my mods, of course. Nobody can trust my mods.
Dude,
Ow,
but don't trust them.
ever why? But that's the one thing about me. I will play the game for the fun and the enjoyment of it, and people would love to just come in, hang out. They're more than welcome to. Sometimes I leave my VC open for friends to come in, because I have friends that sometimes they can have bad days, like really bad days. You say,
Yeah.
you know what, Lucy, I don't want to be alone. And I say, well, just come sit in the VC. You don't gotta talk if you don't want to talk. And if you want to tell me, you could DM it to me if you're okay with talking about it. Like I have friends that used to be like, Lucy, that's unfair that some people could come to chat and just trauma dump you like that. I said no, because we're human. We have bad days. My job as a streamer is to make you happy. I'm not a paid therapist. I always mention that to everybody. I am not a therapist. I can't say I'm gonna magically fix you like just like that, a snap of a finger. No. What I can do is give you nothing but love and emotional support to let you know that whatever you're going through, you're gonna get through it. It's gonna take a lot of time. You are absolutely gonna take as much time as you need to actually heal and get better. We're all in that boat. We're all not perfect. We all have trauma. We all got things that could really just set us really down. But for me, I'd rather be there to help you feel better. I'm trained to be a counselor. I can understand that, bro. I'm not even trained at all, but yet people come to me for advice, and I do my best to answer them to the best of my abilities. And some of them really are glad.
I've done that
Like,
too, where
I
it's like
help.
I'm not a trained therapist. I just kind of listen. That's all I do. I don't really think like my advice is definitely like, all that scintillating or helpful. But I think sometimes people just want to hear, or just want to say something, just to say something, just to get off their chest, and that's fine too. People have things to say, have thoughts that they're not happy about, and if you're there to help someone, that's fine.
Yeah.
So what would you so what would you think is like something you're looking forward to for the future of your channel? Like, what are you aiming towards now that you've kind of developed this community?
Mm, I'm just here to do what anybody can do. Like I know some people are different, but for me, I'm just here to make sure people are always gonna remain happy, live their life the fullest to the best, and if I get partnered out of it, then I get partnered on Twitch. But my most biggest concern for me is to make sure, everybody's having fun, everybody's enjoying themselves, and honestly, that's all I could ever ask for. There are moments where my friends would tell me, "Oh, Lucy, you hit so much milestones, so many goals. You even had like this many amounts of views," and I'm fucking terrified in my mind. I said, "Listen, don't say that because that's scary. Why would they want to watch me? Why would they even want to? Because I'm the type of person that's like always like, there's better people out there. I have so cool. Like, honestly, they're just sweethearts. I'm over here, it's like I'm just some guy just here to make sure you laugh and smile. That's pretty much it. But to them, it means a lot, and to my friends, they will tell me other like great stories,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, they always make me cry nonetheless because of it. Like I used to remember the first podcast I did was with a friend of mine's, and one of his questions was that I know was, he said like when he said all this, like, do you ever plan to retire?
Hmm.
I told him no, I don't plan to retire. I said the only way I'll say that I could ever retire, if honestly, like I told the honest truth about it, like I'll probably be dead. That's the only way I could never stop streaming.
Yeah.
I can't stop streaming. I love being here. I like being around you guys. You guys make me happy, happier than I could ever imagine. And literally, they started breaking down, crying. So, Lucy, we don't want nothing bad happen.
So
to
for
because
you, it's
honestly,
like you're gonna go as long
oh
as you can
God,
take it, basically.
yeah, I go as far as I could go.
That's
I don't care if I'm the most profitable streamer, the most viewed, most subbed. I just care about just having fun with everybody else. My goal in life is to make sure that nobody's gonna go through it alone. Never gonna have a bad day without at least someone there watching over them, making sure they laugh and smile and be happy.
Mhm.
And sometimes people have pressures. People got a lot of stress, whether it's family stress, financial stress,
Mhm.
relationship stress, or just stress in general of anything. No matter what, I always tell people this. I know somebody I know, like they have to always fulfill the needs of their family, their own like biological parents. And they say like I have to get these marks, aces on my tests, exams, and everything,
Oh, I have heard
and
that
it's
before too. Yeah.
stressful. And I would tell them this, well, and it's like sometimes like I said, we don't get to choose the family we live,
No.
but you're here right now. I tell them this, like, listen, you see, because they see me as a dad. You see, like, listen, if they get mad at you and they don't feel appreciative to you, listen, you always know that I'm here for you. And sometimes they'd be like, well, you don't know me. I don't need to know you. I love you for you. I'm proud of you for you. I'd rather know you did your very best and did what you can do rather than make you feel like you don't deserve love or recognition for at least trying. The greatest of minds out there failed thousands of times in order to actually get better.
Hmm.
If it was me, I told him this, if I was your dad, I would rather see you fail, but I would rather see you also get back up and to try it again. And
It's always
keep on
the
trying.
comeback. It's always the comeback. That
That's
parents
all
look
it's
forward to.
always gets.
Like young people don't realize that. It's a good parent doesn't necessarily mind the failure. It's the recovery and how you deal with
You
it.
come back from all that.
Yeah, and how you can mentally do it. The dad that stepped up, Strawberry. There you go. You're the dad that
That's how
stepped
I am
up.
with all my friends. That's how I am with all my friends because I love them. I love them. I care for them, and I'd rather see them keep on growing, keep on trying, and not quitting on themselves. I have friends that told me they quit on themselves.
Hmm.
I have friends that told me they almost did cross that line, and some of them I helped them came back from the pit of darkness to actually just keep going, and it makes me happier knowing that I did do that.
So
Because to see such a thing happen, it would be a very sad travesty.
it would.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't want that on
you
anybody.
never want that. So obviously, I know the answer to this. Then, do you think, for you personally, do you think streaming has helped you mental health wise?
Yeah, because honestly, there are moments in time where I fail to realize my kindness is a gift to others. It could go really bad for me. Trust me. I have people that betrayed me before. I have people that stabbed me in the back. I have people that really hurt me. But at the same time, I'm the type of person that will always forgive. If you learn to actually take the steps necessary you need to actually come back and learn. Learn from your mistakes and not try it again. But if you do it again, it's gonna be different. Because then I will not give you that kindness anymore. I will not show you gratitude.
And that's friends in general. You're not gonna like each other all the time. It's just sometimes you get mad at each
Oh
other,
no,
and that
the friends
happens.
friends butt heads all the time. But I'm that friend that I will make mistakes. One thing I could say about me that I could say is horrible about me. I'm an overthinker. I'm very bad at overthinking. I
Oh,
look at
I
the
get
negative
it.
and I dwell on it. And I always feel like I done something wrong that may have wronged you or hurt you in any sort of shape or form. And it will hold on to me for a while. But after if you tell me, you know what, you didn't do nothing wrong. Okay, listen, we fuck up, we make mistakes. We learn from it. It's time. Let's let this go and move forward. And I do everything I can to not let it bog me down, and keep trying it over and over. And I will have days where I relapse. I go back to it, but after a while, I need to know I had to push. I need to push because there's something waiting for me on the other side that I know for a fact I can reach.
Yeah, like I
And
know
that's why I
for
always keep that mindset.
I know for me, I'm like I've designed streams with people going like, okay, well this upset somebody. Like I overthink the entire thing instead of just going with it sometimes. So it's like, should I do this? Should I do that? Especially if I'm like making a thing like my stuff where it's like I have 6 other people that want to do it. It's like, okay, well will this upset them? Will that upset them? No, sometimes you just gotta have to let them have their own ideas and just kind of go from there. Sometimes and just let them do it. Don't overthink
is.
it. Just do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does.
Yeah, I totally get that mindset because I'm always in my own head like overthinking every aspect of what I do in my personal
Yeah,
life too. I overthink everything.
And sometimes I realize I could say something that could be hurtful to somebody without ever realizing it.
Yeah,
And
me too.
it bothers me a lot because the next year I wind up hurting them without like I like fuck I did the thing I didn't want to do.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
next thing you know, I apologize. I own up to that and I say like I really really am sorry because I will make mistakes. I tell that to all my friends about myself that I'm an overthinker. I will hurt your feelings whether you think you realize it or not. You could look at me and say that you never do that, you never try, and then next you know when I go and do that, it's like wow. To them, it's like I really stab them. For me, it's like it's like a nuance. Like it's like saying I don't think without saying. Sometimes my interpretation of words can be really off key to what it really means. To me, it's kind of be like, well,
yeah. I
someone
get
could
it.
do this, someone could do that, and next you know, I wouldn't say like, and to them it's like, whoa, you're really saying I fucking did this, I did that. And I was like, no, 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 that's not what I'm trying to say. Like, okay, so you're really saying I'm a horrible person? I said, no, that's not it either. I had to really,
Yeah,
I had
no,
to,
I
like,
get
I
it.
was like, fuck, I
Yeah,
need to re-explain this now.
I try to be careful with my words, but sometimes you just, especially when I'm just
You-
streaming going with the flow, I just kind of like say things off the cuff without even thinking about it, and it just comes out.
Yeah, and
And
that's what I'm trying to work on myself about that. When it comes to stream, I try to make sure not to hurt anybody's feelings. But sometimes if I'm like directly talking to people or messaging them, I have to try to really really be careful when I say things because I don't want to hurt anybody. Because I love my friends, I care about them a lot, and they mean the fucking world to me. And sometimes, like I said, I know my friends can make jokes about things with me, but sometimes like when I build such a high strong relationship, I feel like we could joke, we could make fun of each other, we could do this and that. But sometimes I can feel like my friends can go a little bit further than they have been, and sometimes it really feels like it hurts me the most because it's not like something like they said they were intentionally doing it. It's 'cause like it says like okay, it's going a little too long than it has been on this joke, and it's starting to make me feel like a little bit bad about if I'm
yeah,
doing something wrong.
there's definitely times we've had people in our community. It's like there's a recurring joke, and like sometimes
Yeah.
someone in the chat or that person is like, "That's a little too much."
Mm-hmm.
But you don't realize it when you're doing it, and then you're like, "Okay, maybe we have been saying this too much. Maybe we should just kind of like lay
Yeah.
off of it for a while and just not."
And I try to
it.
do that, try to like pull the brakes on certain things to make sure I don't cross that boundary or that line.
So
Like
sorry, you
but-
go ahead and finish.
no, that was it.
Okay.
It's just not across the boundary line.
Yeah, of course. So, is there a game that you're looking forward to either this year or going forward? They're like, yes, I have to play this.
Sadly, there isn't. If I'm honest with you, there's a lot of games that are coming out in the future, but no matter what, when they do come out, it's gonna be too much bugs and
Oh,
everybody's gonna want to play it. Like
yeah.
say for example, like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk has such the biggest hype, but when it first came out, it had nothing but bugs, issues, things didn't look right, and stuff like that. And it's something that people rather wait and see. I'd rather wait until the game is actually fully set up and fixed, and then try to go from there. Of course, there's gonna be tons of people that already play it, but by then, like I said, it's for you and your friends to have fun, to enjoy it, and actually make the most of it, depending on what it is. If there's multiplayer or single player, that's what the one thing I try to do.
Yeah, because like
Just go
Cyberpunk,
for
for
that.
example, like it was nominated for a Game Award last year, even though it was out for years, because it was so fucking broken. It was basically a new game.
Yeah,
like it
I
was
mean, it's the
basically a
same.
brand new game.
Like the only game like Baldur's Gate 3 was like one of the like hype games as well. I love the game, D&D like style. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It made actual like D&D characters play, feel real.
Mhm.
And that's the one game I love to play on my off times. I used to play that with friends, where we actually beat the campaign, we beat the whole story, got an ending that we like, and it was pretty interesting. And I was
And
to play
and,
again
and,
soon
and you
when
can
some
tell
time was
that studio, basically nothing studio, worked so tirelessly to make that as good as they possibly can. And you know what?
Yeah.
We're gonna keep fixing the bugs, guys. We understand. Like
Yeah.
they owned up to it, but we're not gonna give you paid one price. We're not asking for anything else.
Yep. And it's the same thing. There's a lot of games out there that are so underrated, but they actually are so good and fun too as well.
That's how
That
Stardew
people
got
don't
so
really
big.
notice.
That's one guy.
Yeah.
He got big, and then he's been running that for 10 years, still
He's
adding
still
stuff
making
to
more
it.
content. Yeah. And that shows commitment and heart.
Mhm.
That's great. And people love that.
Mhm.
Like I said, there's a lot of games that are gonna be coming out soon. A lot of games that are gonna be trying. But I'd rather see what when it fully comes out, and I wanna see it because like I said,
Yeah.
the day and age right now, things are getting pushed forward because it's the plethora of business. I'm not gonna go any further from that because talk about businesses in there in terms of what they want to do,
They're
in terms of
impatient, and it takes
it's
more.
all of that stuff. So it's just
Yeah.
they rather just like tell you I put the pedal on the metal on this all this or the funds get retracted and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And that's unfair to a lot of game developers who are really want to make this something phenomenal.
And that's how I
Doesn't
feel
make
about
gotta get busy
Starfield. Like
making games and patches.
I knew Starfield was coming out, and I wanted to play it, but I've been waiting to buy that for at least another year because I know it's
Yeah.
so massive. It's gonna take time to be good because I know how
Oh, yeah.
Bethesda operates. The first year it's gonna suck.
Yeah, and the one thing with Starfield, how it is, I know there's a lot of issues with it, but you had to play that on an SSD. That's the one thing about it too.
That's the other
kinda
thing
like,
too.
oh,
You gotta play it a certain way, or it's not gonna work properly for you
yeah,
ever. It's so massive that
Yeah.
you have to play it a certain
it
way.
is. Like I love Starfield. Someone bought me that on my birthday, and it was very kind of sweet of them for doing so. And I loved it. I loved it, fun, and I absolutely enjoyed it. And at the same time, it was just it was a lot. I love playing even Alan Wake the game, and that was like a good game too for me. I love Alan Wake 1. I love Alan Wake 2. The story and everything behind it. It was absolutely just wonderful. Like I said, there's a lot of games I would love to try and a lot of things to do
I'm
as
looking.
well, but I'd rather wait and see.
I'm looking forward to Outer Worlds 2 because I love the first one so
Yeah.
much. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, and those developers, they make fun of themselves if it's broken. They don't give a shit, and it's great. That's great.
Same thing. Like even like games like Helldivers too, and like the devs on their game will always say like people complain about like oh man, like the enemies are too difficult and hard. Like I can barely do anything. And of course the devs will come out and just say, well that's a skill issue if you can't land those shots. You gotta aim your shots. That's all you gotta do. You can win it. Land your shots, kid. That's kind of basically what it is. And
Yeah.
that's so much respect because it's literally that's what it is. It's a skill issue at that point. Because that means you're doing things wrong and you're getting yourself out in the open and getting shot at or you getting hacked to pieces.
It looks like it's a fun game. It looks like Doom, but
It's
like
chaotic, but it's fun.
Space Doom. It was just chaos.
Oh yeah, I love playing Helldivers too. It's very fun. It's really enjoyable. I don't have any complaints about the game. There are bugs that pop up at times,
But that's every game,
it's not
especially
the point.
nowadays. It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's.
it's not a bad thing to play or to do as well.
How about you, Dev? Is there anything coming out that you like you're looking forward to?
Not really anything in particular.
Is
I
there?
mean, we could talk about orbitals.
That's true. My we Dev and I have a friend of ours that we actually had on this show who's an indie game developer who's been like grinding out this game called Orbitals, and it's like a side-scrolling shooting game, and it's actually like It's actually a lot of fun. It's like it's a fighting game kind of thing. Hey, Dev, it's how would you describe it, Dev?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
cool.
really sure.
I I don't know if I could describe it any more than you did.
And the art's really nice, but like it's their first game and they're trying to take their time with it. And I know it's gonna be fun when it comes out. But yeah, that's one we're looking forward to as well. I would
Actually,
say.
you know what? There is a game I am looking forward to
Oh yeah.
trying when it comes out, or have the money for it. I forget if it's out yet. Hold on, I gotta pull my Steam up to remember the name of it.
I have so much on my wish list, but like most of them are out for years and just haven't got around to it.
Hold on. I had mentioned it before.
You may
I
have.
think.
You may have, Dev. I've asked this question before of you, but it's already like I don't know. It's like every 6 months I ask it. so I don't know.
Is this a Scarlet Deer Inn?
You know what?
Yeah,
I
I heard
think
of
you
that.
did. I think you have mentioned that before, Dev. Yes.
So it's a side scroller, right?
Huh?
But what's interesting about it is that pretty much every piece of like animation is embroidered.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Like if you go to the game Steam page, you can actually see different like pieces of the embroidery. And
That sounds pretty cool.
it looks so cool. Like the fact that it's embroidery.
Hmm.
Like
I embroidery. So like, is it
Nice strawberry.
is it similar to like a Sackboy kind of thing?
I'll be honest, I've never really looked into Sackboy.
Oh,
So.
it's Sony exclusive. Is probably why.
Yeah.
It's like Sony's Super Mario.
Oh yeah. But I know, like I said, like when a lot of games do come out, they always give that whole E3 trailer and stuff like that. Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Epic.
That's just too much cinematics out there. Just make the game look cool. But it really all depends when it does come out and see for yourselves like how much is gonna make a difference in the change. That's the only thing I
Yeah.
can say.
Like Redfall had so much hype, and then you play it, it's like the
Yeah.
most empty, vacant world you've ever seen.
Yep.
or the guy that developed all the Fables games just lied to you every single time.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. Like I said, there's a lot. That's why I'd rather wait and see when it does come out.
Yeah.
And see from there. Like, of course, you can see like, oh, there's other people that might stream it or play it. But when they start going like all the bugs and all the issues and everything, it's sort of like, okay, I'm glad I could wait on it.
Yeah,
Because then when you see all the bug and all that stuff gets patched and fixed and stuff like that, then you'd be like, oh, okay, now I can play it. And now it looks more fun and enjoyable, and I don't have to feel like I'm just constantly just like rubber banding somewhere or stuck, or I'm just really just
hate it. Yeah.
somewhere.
I don't buy any games new except for the wrestling one, and that's just for my content. Otherwise, I would just sit and not play it right away.
No, that's fair.
Because like, even when the wrestling game came out and like half the AI didn't know how to think on its own, like that was brutal. Like it needed some work, but it looks like they did it now. But like if I waited until now, it'd be fine. If I waited the first month, it would have been fine. If I waited like a big games, it's like no, I'll wait a year. Like Hogwarts, I'll wait a year, or like Starfield, I'm gonna wait until a little bit longer. Or Fallout 76,
I mean-
I knew that shit was gonna be bad when it first came out because it's gonna take time for them to make it good. So I waited.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like I said, it's important to do that.
they should
Like,
just
there's
not
certain
release
that
games
win
until
it
it's ready.
by
But
early
like,
access. Yeah.
there's corporate pressure. That's why they always have to release them.
Yeah.
Well, what's something you think needs to change about streaming platforms in general, or how they can how they appeal to audiences?
Like depends like on certain people. Like if they could do a lot. Streaming platforms can do a whole lot to help like streamers and also help viewers as well. I know some people feel like, oh, streaming makes schedules, give people time to actually kind of do this or that, whether or not they can catch people's streams and stuff like that. And of course they have that. But at the same time, it's good and bad as well, because not everybody could just come in like, oh, I want to go check on this so and so here, or I can't wait for this person to go live. Like, I recommend like for streamers who are like they have to go through like school and stuff like that. I wish they actually offer the benefit of paying people 50-50 instead
Yeah.
of just actually going based on 70-30, and us have to get like 30%, because Twitch makes a lot of money in platforms in general. And of course, they have commercial advertisement and
The
all this
owner
stuff
of
like that.
Twitch is rich before he bought it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like I suggest to allow stuff to be in criterias in a sense.
I
Not
would
really
say
criteria.
I
They
would
put so much restrictions. I say more like, say this:
yeah.
if you're working, you're streaming, and you're going to school, by all means, they should have it where it also helps the streamer out for those who are trying
It
to
should be an actual
they can
paying
do an
job if
hour
you
or
have the
two.
audience for it. Like
Yeah.
or like the algorithm too. If you
Yeah.
Twitch is really bad at this one thing. We're going to ride this thing right now, and it's usually sex related for no reason.
Yeah. Like if it shows a censor bar and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, I know what
Or
you're talking
like
about.
the 24 hours we're gonna allow artistic nudity. Why? Whom's does that help other than the women doing it or the dudes? As I saw a guy apparently doing it too. But other than the people doing
Yeah.
it, who does it benefit?
Yeah, no, I understand that. Like honestly, I honestly believe that there's creativity that people could do. There's a lot of stuff they can actually try and make and work on. But of course, algorithm it always needs work. But I also suggest like for streamers as well, like there's streamers that really want to make this an actual job to actually do, to provide income and stuff like that, to actually have ways for the streamer could actually earn ways and funds, or
And they're
like
go-
Twitch could do fun ways to actually help out
and if they're actually
growing
good
streamers.
enough too, like if they're talented enough and funny enough, they should be able to do it. Like we shouldn't, like no offense to people like XQC, that's 100% luck that he got as far as he did. Like it's the algorithm is just lucky for some people, and it should be more balanced.
No, that's true and fair. Like from my honesty, like I said, it depends like on what it is. Like I'm not saying situation wise, like anybody could just have like really really good days where streamers just suddenly just booming, and that's
Yeah.
a fair thing.
No, yeah,
But I
that's
honestly believe that they should also count raid as viewers as well, like people who come into the stream who raid you, because sometimes they say, "Oh, we don't count that," and they
oh
always show
yeah,
people like,
that's
"Well, you always
true.
have low numbers." And there are moments of time where I can see myself like, "Oh wow, I'm surprised I got like there's some X amounts of numbers." But and when you look at the Twitch algorithm, it's like, "Oh, you only got like single digits or like very low." I'm like, "Bruh." Like it's the way to kind of help us grow, because we're putting the time and effort to want to actually become partnered, to become like do this, try all this and stuff like that. Like say, oh, you need to stream this many days. Oh, you need to hit this certain number. Like make it easier for us who are trying to put in efforts and energy and try and like everything and everything. I don't like the fact that Twitch limitations on where you could do multi-platform stuff like that. There's people that can be like, oh, like say Ninja for example, who does it, all around all over platforms. I won't say the platform's name in particular because
Yeah.
which is sensitive about saying certain. So streaming on other platforms will make it a lot of people easier because they can actually show themselves more. If people like them, they're like, okay, cool. I like this guy. He's on this here, he's on that there, and this and that. He's
They
great, awesome.
like like things like that. Like you were saying, it's like they've lost out on major streamers because of the unfairness they're getting from here, and they go somewhere else. Like a person like Disguised Toast hasn't really been on here specifically because like, well, I'm gonna go get the bag somewhere else. They'll pay me out what I have earned. I'm not gonna go to
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to a platform that's gonna pay me less statistically.
Yeah.
Like, I think the pay scale is one of the biggest reasons. If you're a bigger streamer, there's no incentive to staying on here unless they pay you it.
I mean, yeah, they added stuff for like the high streamers could get them stuff like even 70, or I think either I don't know if it's 70 or 80%. And even then, it doesn't feel like all that right because they had to hit criteria subs and all that stuff in order to get
Yeah,
that.
and you're not gonna
And
get
what will happen if one day they just be like, no, oh, I couldn't get the sub, so I can't get this like nice payout kind of thing. That's hard.
yeah, and you're not
And you
gonna
really
and you're not gonna get the same exposure. If you're a bigger streamer, you're gonna get way more exposure on the competition platform that we all know is their main one. Because they have the algorithm down to a T. They've been doing it for 20 plus years with a billion-dollar company that has been doing it longer than Bezos has been doing it.
Yeah.
That's their whole jam. That's why they get all the bigger streamers, is because they got the algorithm down pat for specifically them.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, like the Paul brothers, they generate money for that particular site. That's why they do it.
Yeah. But like I said, there's always going to be a huge amount of things that they could do to help even small streamers out. I know like there used to be certain places where people say, oh, they pay you per viewer or stuff like that. In the end of a stream, wherever you had them out, it could also help you. And they don't have to go that far. Like, they could just
No.
basically people like, they could basically get people like, oh, you get 25% per viewer and whatever it is you stop to end at, that could be something. That could be absolutely helpful a lot.
Yeah, no, yeah. The soften their stance a little bit would go a long way for a lot of people. I think.
Like it ain't gonna be much, but the more that will make people want to do it more and more just to be around and to try and want to do this more and more.
Or like if you're a Prime user, actually like have more utilization of that benefit of being a Prime user too.
Yeah, I mean, even
Like
people
if
who are
you're a
Twitch Prime,
viewer,
they should get benefits as well. Yeah,
yeah, like
I
if
mean the
you're a
same
viewer,
thing. If you get Prime subs, we should get paid more for the Prime sub because they're the ones who have to go and get all that Amazon Prime stuff, and that costs way more.
yeah, exactly. You would think you get a chunk of a more chunk of a change of that because like
Yeah,
you basically don't get paid out for primes. But essentially, it's very, very little in comparison to regular. Even though, yeah, you do pay more for Prime. It doesn't. It
which,
doesn't
like
make.
I said, there's a lot of things they could do a lot to work around and maybe figure something out. But even then, that all depends on how things just turn out to be. Whatever Twitch does as a platform, what they want to do to help out, or even remotely try to do.
What do you think, Dev? What would you like to see like more change of?
Honestly, like everything Lucy is saying would definitely help the little streamers like me or even you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's the streamers out there who, you know, because of health issues, can't go and work,
Actual physical job. Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
or their health issues prevent them from doing a 24-hour stream.
mm-hmm.
Even just me doing an 8-hour stream like I did for my stream anniversary last month just freaking drained the absolute hell out of me.
Yeah. So they
Not
work.
easy.
I can't imagine working a regular 9 to 5 at that point. Like the physical toll that some people just physically cannot do.
Like, I'm sure anybody watching my streams or watching right now have noticed how much I keep moving about.
Yeah, because you're not comfortable.
I can only sit certain periods of time
Yeah.
before I'm in immense amounts of pain.
Yeah, like for some people, this is their whole game. This is their whole bag. So if they worked on that, I think a lot of people would benefit from it. A lot more people would benefit from it. I guess we'll go to the bonus questions because we went through all the main questions. So we'll get through a little.
Big hit that strawberry.
So we'll get through like some of the fun ones, I guess. This is basically you pick one or the other kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Star Trek or Star Wars?
I watch both, but if you want to ask me what I pick between the two,
Yes.
I watch Star Wars before I start Star Trek.
Okay. Marvel or DC?
I say Marvel.
Yes. Okay. The right answer to that one, Dev.
I mean,
Yes, I've been
you're-
a huge fan of Marvel in the first place. Like, don't get me wrong, DC, I love my DC. Seeing Batman and Superman, of course.
Yeah,
Compared to,
Batman
like,
for
most of
sure.
the heroes,
Yeah.
because for me, Batman's always been my favorite in DC. Because the fact of the matter is, like, he's the only person that could literally fight anybody with powers and still win.
Best villain
He doesn't
arcs
give up
too.
on that. Of
I was
course,
gonna say
this is great.
Mike likes Batman for other reasons.
No, I don't have it on my wall. All right, it's not there. It's all an illusion.
Yeah, right.
There's no Harley Quinns on my wall.
Don't mind the Bat boner.
But yeah, like for me, it's Marvel. But like DC, if they didn't have Batman, I'd be like, man, I don't really care.
Yeah,
Harry
don't
Potter.
get me wrong, his characters are cool and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just I feel like not Spider-Man. Marvel has like a lot more that feel more human and relatable than DC's.
Mhm.
Marvel or Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, I've seen Lord of the Rings before I saw Harry Potter because Lord of the Rings came out way before Harry Potter did.
Mm-hmm.
But I do generally like both. I can't like pick between the two because they have their own unique story behind it.
But there's so much hot women in DC.
So much our women in DC. That's
both
also
both
very
sides
true.
could do that, but DC does do more sexualization. But if you look at
Yeah.
the X-Men on Marvel, well, it might be pretty even because there's hundreds of them. Psylocke, for
yeah, like,
example.
I could understand. Like for me, like I said, I like both Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. I love the
Okay.
story behind Harry Potter. I do like the story also as well behind Lord of the Rings and how much they added and changed and even create more of understanding the aspects behind it.
And
It has a unique feel and
both
grit.
film series has tried to like stay as true to the source as they could while making it make sense.
Yeah.
Pokemon or Digimon?
Oof. I like both of them. Like I used to watch a lot of them a lot as a kid. First thing was like Pokemon, and then when Digimon came out too, I also watched that too. I never had a complaint about it. I never did.
Because I know my answer was Pokemon, and I said to Dev I was just never into Digimon, and like I never got the series.
No, that's understandable. Like it wasn't a series that Digimon was the thing. It was never a series that you could really understand the story.
I feel like Western
Like,
audiences
you
didn't
could
get it.
understand the bond between the friends that you make in that story as well, because it
Yeah.
shows about them.
Like I feel like the westernized version that we got here in Canada, especially, I feel like it didn't go as in depth. The movie also wasn't helpful to them at all
Yeah.
out here.
It wasn't either in general too, especially in America, because there was no really plot or story behind it. It was just like cool monsters. Like the first Digimon when they first posted like an episode, like I think it was I think they brought like the movie before they brought the show.
Yeah, they
And
did.
it was so confusing. It was
Yeah.
so confusing because it would show like two people apparently like they just did it on the computer. Like
I
Digiverse,
didn't
like,
get it.
weird
I was
thing.
like, what is
like,
this?
I never got it either. And then you see the Digimon comes out, it's like, oh he's down apparently. Blow a whistle. He's awake again. Now he's ready to fight. And I was like, that doesn't make sense, but he looked cool anyways.
It didn't help that it was competing against like shows that were successful in the Western world, like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball. They were just such big hits here that it was competing in that block, and it was hard.
Yeah.
Because it was anime going out here was not as common as it is now.
Yeah.
Whereas like every major streaming platform now has an anime block.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't the case. Back then, like we had YTV and it had like 4 anime shows and the rest were regular cartoons or sitcoms and dramas, and that was it.
CW in the morning.
Yeah,
On
it's
the weekend.
W, Toonami. at
Toonami.
night. I
Yeah.
love like Cowboy Bebop and also seeing Big O.
yeah, we didn't get a lot of that where I am, unfortunately, because our cable was just more limited at the time. And like we got like we got SpongeBob or like Jacob Tutu. Anyone not Canada don't know what the fuck that is. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. By the way, Jacob Tutu, don't do it.
I never heard of that.
Angela Anaconda. The artwork is awful. Don't fucking do
Never
it.
seen that either.
Wait, whoa. Angela Anaconda, like Kaboom, Kablam.
See, some of the better ones that we
I
got
actually like
were some of the better shows we got were American ones, but the Canadian produced ones were just not as good in the 90s. They just weren't. Our ability to produce stuff at the time was just not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, books or movies for you?
I like both, if I'm honest. Like I used to have like a plethora of books. I haven't been reading as I used to, but like movies, I always go to movies, stuff like that. I watch the latest or anything. Like, I literally have a whole fucking drawer section of literally just shelves of movies, even cassettes and VHSs as well.
Oh, you go further back than I thought.
Hey, Mike,
What?
I actually rented a book from the library that I'm gonna start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Life of the Man
What's that one?
by a certain wrestler.
Oh, Becky Lynch's book.
I bet I got Becky Lynch's book to read.
Nice.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I got Orson Welles right now, 1984, and then I have Storyteller by Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters to read.
Yeah.
Manga or graphic novels?
They both are good too. And don't get me wrong. I have like manga books and I love them, but there's certain graphic novels as well that people could really tell a story on it. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
I'm just like enamored by it.
Yeah.
So that's hard for me to pick. I like them both. They both are really, really good. I've seen some very, very good graphic novels that just really
My-
blew my mind.
My favorite graphic novel is probably Death in a Family with the Joker.
Oh yeah. That's also a good one too.
That's probably one of my favorites of all time. And then the other one is
Yeah.
probably I have a. There was one that's an Evil Dead meets Marvel Universe,
Oh,
and
I
he's
know what you're
fighting.
talking about.
He's fighting Marvel zombies, and that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's like shooting like Deadpool and dead Spider-Man in the face with a shotgun. It's like, what the hell is this? It's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, there's certain visual stuff like that too, like novels and all that stuff that are just great.
There's a lot more crossover with graphic novels, I find.
Oh yeah, like I said, they're really good. They're interesting. I can't say there's like manga has their own like uniqueness and differences. They're all good. They portray the story. They'll give you everything you need, the grit, the fights, the know-hows, and everything. They both are just phenomenal in my opinion.
Well, thank you for coming on. I think we covered a lot here. I feel like we had a really good discussion here. I feel your vibe is a really good vibe. I
appreciate that.
And yes, I have the cat. This is Plague. He's a black cat. He's usually a good boy. He doesn't do much harm. He's an outdoor
He's part
kitty.
of Mike's
He likes to be
cupcake
inside.
smashing.
No cupcake smashing today. I know you can't steal him. He eats mice. We need him to do that. He's a mouser cat. He's an outdoor cat. He just doesn't.
Miraculous Ladybug reference. That's what Isaiah says.
Pardon? Oh,
Isaiah said Miraculous Ladybug reference.
yeah. You're the very first one that gets it. You're the very first one. Everyone thinks it's because he's black. He's the Black Death. But my niece named him when she was 9 or like 10, like 9 or 10, and one of her favorite shows was the French cartoon Miraculous. So yes, that's 100% where it comes from. It's Plague, Plagg, Plague. But everyone now thinks he's like, oh, he's the Black Death. I was like, well, yeah, to woodland creatures he is, yes. I'm stealing the cat. No, you can steal my dad's cat, Jade. She's eaten. I had fairy lights on here before, Dev. It lasted one stream because she ate it.
Steal Mike.
Steal Mike.
Yeah, steal you.
Oh, and these headphones are my backup ones because the cat ate the other ones.
Oh goodness.
My dad's cat. Plague doesn't do this. Completely severed. Electrical tape is not going to fix that. It's completely right down the end.
Oof.
So you can steal that cat. Do me a favor. Save me $100 plus that I don't have to replace.
That's fair. But like I said, I do appreciate you for having me on here. It was nice. It was lovely talking to you, Mike.
Yeah, it was
Of course,
good.
It was always good. It's always good talking to you as well. And vibing,
Always
hanging
good
out
to
with
see
you.
you, Lucy.
Of course.
So is there
Like
someone we can rate out to? Because like we usually let the guest pick out.
One thing about me, I'm pretty sure Dev knows this answer.
Oh boy. It's you. There's far too many choices.
Like,
Are you staying? Are you staying on longer?
One thing about me, I tend to do long hours. I'm on vacation, so I tend to. I don't know, Dev. Would you meet me before when I used to stream for like 7 or 9 days
Yes.
straight? Yeah.
Oh jeez.
So Dev's seen me just keep going like for like long hours, and there are times like he will catch me. Hey, Lucy, you awake? Yeah, I'm awake. Are you still tired? Nah. Did you sleep?
Nah.
We can worry about that later, Dev. It is because the greatest thing I ever pulled on my viewers. I will ask you this: what's the greatest kind of in a sense like a prank you say? Not even a prank. Something that you really just jaw dropped them out of nowhere. Like, what's the greatest thing you could say you'd have done to your viewers?
To viewers?
Yeah,
Oh man.
your viewers.
What's
the
the
one thing you
greatest thing
could
I done
remember
to
just
draw
really just hits
viewers?
I'm asking you, Mike. Like, what's the greatest thing? They say it is like it's like a one way you could just tell them you tell them one thing, but you just straight up just psych them out and just be like, oh, bro, I can't believe you just did that. You know, they're just all looking at you.
I think mostly.
think.
I think it's mostly these podcast streams. Hey, Dev, where I get a little unhinged sometimes.
I mean, I was gonna say most of the time it's his chat screwing with him.
Yeah.
And
But
fair.
there are times while I'm doing this show specifically where I say things that go a little They're a little off the rails.
That's fair. I mean, nothing wrong with it. The
Like,
one thing I have done, I could tell you this, like it's super super funny. The greatest thing I ever did, uh, like part of this like could be a small shameful plug in a sense. There's a point in time I did a subathon where it was getting to the end, and the thing is I was also on vacation that on that day, so I was free for more longer than usual. But when my subathon was ending, I said, you know what, guys, thank you guys so very much for everything. Thank you for those that subbed, that gave, donated, everything. You guys mean the world to me, the greatest. And every single one of my chat was just so wholesome right there. Say, oh, Lucy, you're just a great guy. Thank you so much. You made it so fun and amazing. Like truly, take some rest. Honestly, you deserve it. I streamed that day for about two days and how long it was going for that subathon. And when I was at the very end of it, it was fun. It was enjoyable. And then the funny thing is, I already ended my stream at that time, and it was already a fresh timer. I think I only was like about like 5 hours in. And then I said, like, yeah, guys, the subathon is now gonna be officially closed, and I want to say thank you guys for always coming here, supporting me, giving me all the love and everything. But thank you. And they were just giving, telling me, yeah, the rest of Lucy, take care, take it easy. You're great. You're awesome. We love you. And then I was like, this is so sweet and nice. Fucked up part is I gotta tell them the actual truth what I'm gonna do. And only two people caught on right away. I said, yeah, guys, the subathon's gonna end. And the minute I was gonna turn off all the subathon stuff, all the other stuff, and they're just like, yeah, take care. I said, what are you guys talking about? I said the subathon's ending. I didn't say I was ending. I said this is
the
enough time for
subathon
you to
part's
get
over.
subs. Subathon's part over. But I'm still streaming. And I was in the general VC. You do not understand how many people joined that VC and said, fuck you, Lucy. How dare you lie to us like that? I said,
well,
I expected this to happen. But at the same time,
it was the
it was
unpaid
funny.
stream part. It was the unpaid portion.
Like Lucy, you're an ass. Go get some rest, sleep. I said I did sleep. How long was that? We don't talk about that. We're going forward now. Thank yous. I got so many people mad at me. My mods like I fucking knew it. I knew this bitch was gonna keep going longer. I was like, man, I know when the mods could tell because they don't even they already just looked at me with already a side eye face. They're already going, tisk, tisk, tisk. Yeah, Lucy, way to go. Way to get everybody's hopes up just for you to question like that. I said, don't you say that. That seems like I did a fucked up thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that before, honestly. Dev, have you ever done that? Or you psyched your audience?
Can't say that I have.
If Dev's done it, he's done it unintentionally.
Like, that was the greatest thing in the world. But I told him,
Like I said, I tend to screw with Mike more than anything.
Yeah, I get screwed on more than anything.
my mods, all they do is just like to throw stuff at me. And then I have my particular mod, Canadian Alex, would just like to clear the queues out because everything just hits me all at once. And I'm just like, bruh.
Bruh.
That's all my mods do is like to just fucking throw stuff at me. And there's a point in time they threw so many stuff at me. I'm like, please, you guys are moving my model away from the screen. Stop it.
So yeah,
throw 69 number of items on me.
Is there someone specifically we can go to that you have on? I know you have a list.
Oh no, I was just gonna keep going for long hours. Like I said, I don't tend. Like it's barely 6 p.m. for me.
All right.
I probably might be up until like 6 in the morning.
So you know what? I'll go to you then. We'll bring people. I'll bring whatever I have in here to you, and we'll just go from there.
People come though. Like I said, I always tell people they don't have to rate me. They I always go for the route of just there's better people out there, Go for the fun times. Do a bit of trolling here.
That's okay. I technically never rated you before anyway, so it works out, right, Dev?
What?
I technically never rated him before anyway, so it kind of works out. He is a new person to raid.
This is fair.
It's also fair. I was like, you know what? That's also fair.
All right, thank you guys for coming on to the stream, and thank you again, Lucifer, Fallenstar, and Dev. I appreciate you this time. Less Devy than usual, but we had Yeti to do the torturing instead this time, so I guess it works out for everyone.
I say parting words are good enough needed here.
Yeah.
I will say this. Thank you guys again for the love and amazing. And to all the viewers as well, thank you guys for all the love and support you have always shown us and given us. It's wonderful. It's amazing. It's always refreshing on the list. Always know this. You guys are amazing and wonderful. Don't ever think you cannot do things. You can do the unimaginable if you put your mindset to it. If you feel like you have dark days, know that we have people here who are willing to help you, love you, and cherish you, and push you for gold. Because I know you guys can do it. And just for you too, because I don't want to keep going longer. I know your timer's going.
That's okay. Dev,
Yeah.
thank you guys for coming
Yeah.
on. I'll see you another time.
Yeah.